All right, it's been a heartbreaking year for our legends, starting with Ronaldo in his triumphs in the 2026 World Cup, till now, Conor McGregor's catastrophe of a comeback. And I'm not lying, it was Conor McGregor's comeback failure. And just like the title said, Conor McGregor's comeback failure. 60 seconds of heartbreak. Right, Pop 1, the comeback. The greatest comeback in sports history. Hey. Conor McGregor called it the comeback of all time. The comeback of all comebacks in sports history. 5 years away from the UFC, a broken leg that ended his last fight against Dustin Poirier in 2021, a civil rape case that he lost in 2024, ordered to pay 248,000 in damage, and an 18-month suspension of violent for violating the UFC's anti-doping policy after missing three drug tests. And now at 37, he was finally returning to the octagon. The opponent, Max Holloway, the man he'd beaten 13 years ago in his first meeting at featherweight. The same Holloway who became one of the sport's all-time greats, a future Hall of Fame with a highlight reel that includes knockouts of the century against Justin Gaethje. On paper, it was a perfect comeback story. The old rival, the fresh start, the chance to rewrite the final chapter of a legendary career. But the UFC don't write fairy tales. Part 2, The Fight, 69 Seconds of Disaster. Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, July 11th, 2026. The crowd was electric. Conor McGregor strolled to the ring to the sound of the notorious B.I.G. Hypnotize. His four children were in the audience, and something had avoided during the Dustin Poirier leg break that was supposed to be different. He had a titanium steel implant, by the way. The bell rang. Conor McGregor flew across the ring. Conor McGregor flew across the ring with a jumping left roundhouse kick. He wanted an early knockout. He wanted to prove he still had it. He missed. And when he landed, his knee gave away. Replay showed the knee popping out on the awkward landing. McGregor tried to continue. He threw another head kick. He slipped again. Holloway jumped on him, landing punches on the ground. McGregor got back to his feet, but he could barely stand. His knees buckled as he leaped away. Referee Mike Belton waved off the fight. Official time, 1 minute and 9 seconds. Official result. Official result. Max Holloway defeat Conor McGregor via TKO. Injury. Fatality. Part 3. The enemy celebrates. They couldn't wait. And then the vultures circled. Because if there's one thing Conor McGregor has done over the years, it's make enemies. And they were waiting for this moment. Jake Paul wasted absolutely no time. Within hours of the fight, he posted 47 laughing emojis on social media. Then he shared a video where he mimicked Conor McGregor's earlier kick, pretending to hurt his knee and fell in backwards into a swimming pool. He captured it. UFC highlight from tonight. But here's the twist. After trolling, Jake actually softened his stance. He posted prayers for you and your family. Logan Paul, his brother Logan, not so much. Logan posted a live reaction video where he watched the fight unfold in real time, and he showed his betting app and revealed he had won 30,000 betting on Max Holloway. He said, easiest money of my life. This is embarrassing. He looks slow. He looks lazy. Oh my. He is embarrassing. Sorry for my language, kids. Effing degenerate. Pathetic. I hope nothing nice to say other than I won 30K. When you done with whatever this is. Conor McGregor, we should box. Bro, you might have a better chance. You call McGregor washed up and pathetic. Fans turn on Logan, calling him out for celebrating another athlete's injury. One comment wrote, pretty weird making these videos after a man just blew his ACL. Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier. And then there's Dustin Poirier, the man who broke Conor McGregor's leg in 2021. On Monday episode of Deep Waters, Poirier was asked about Conor McGregor injury. His response was ice cold. I thought it couldn't have happened to any better guy. That injury couldn't have happened to a better guy. Earlier this week, he said, karma is a mirror, and it definitely is. This guy is a dirtbag. Poirier questioned McGregor's strength, saying, you're throwing a Hail Mary to start a 25-minute fight. I don't understand what was going on with his head. And then he delivered the dagger. He's not 25 anymore. He's 37, and he hasn't fought in 5 years. If it's a torn ACL, that's another year. The guy's done. He's done. If he tears another ACL, over. Machine Gun Kelly. Remember the 2021 MTV VMAs? McGregor and MGK got into a physical altercation on the red carpet. MGK hasn't forgotten. After UFC 329, MGK broke his silence with a brutal post. Knees weak off old age. The real Conor can't stand up. When people criticize him for kicking McGregor while he's down, MGK doubled down in his Instagram video. I'm aware I posted yesterday, which was deleted, and I shouldn't probably apologize for absolutely nothing. Homie, that's how beef works. We don't like each other. He continued, F this guy. F this guy when he's down. Up, sideways, asleep, while I'm peeing, sorry. F him. Jeez, man. Jeez. Even mocked McGregor appearance. Buddy, you look like a drunk, ugly extra in a Sherlock Holmes movie. And the final shot, thank you for the walkout being longer than the fight. You wasted everyone's time. Islam Makhachev. Sorry, I butchered it. Even the current welterweight champion got in on the action. UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovich posted his live reaction to the injury on Instagram. Underwhelming. Makhachev simply commented a laughing emoji. Then he posted on X, Conor beats Conor. Congrats, Max. Sorry, Conor. That's for me. Part 4. The aftermath. I can only describe it as how. Conor left the octagon before Holloway's hands was risen high as he was handed the victory. Boos rained down from the confused T-Mobile Arena crowd. People had spent thousands of dollars to watch a fight that lasted just over a minute. Joe Rogan on commentary summed it up. It's just a massive, massive bummer. Holloway tried to be generous. He asked the crowd to cheer for Conor McGregor, saying, give it up for Conor McGregor, guys. What an absolute animal. But he also acknowledged the disappointment. For it to end like this, it sucks. McGregor later broke his silence on social media. He wrote with devastating words, My head gaskets is gone. Destroyed. I had no injuries going into the fight. I was throwing kicks, planted and jumping all throughout camp, as well as backstage before the fight. This came out of nowhere. I am beyond dark here. I can only describe it as how. UFC President Dana White confirmed the fear. We're assuming a blown ACL. Part 5, the bigger picture. A career in Freefall. This wasn't just a bad night, this was the latest chapter in a 5-year collapse. Since 2016, Conor McGregor has won just one UFC fight. His leg against Dustin Poirier in 2021. He spent 3 years recovering, then agreed to fight Matt agreed to fight Michael Chandling in 2024, only to pull out with a broken toe. He served an 18-month suspension for missing drug test. He lost a civil rape case in 2024 and was ordered to pay damages. And now at 37, his knees has given out again. This is the fourth loss in the past 5 fights. His records drops to 22-7. Holloway meanwhile improves to 28-9. He was making his debut at welterweight. He got the win, but not the satisfaction he wanted. After the fight, Holloway called for a trilogy. We gotta run it back. One more time. We need one more. But the question is can Conor McGregor even fight against? Can Conor McGregor even fight again? Part 6. The question, is this the end? McGregor is about to turn 38. He suffered a torn ACL in his right knee. He tore his left ACL in the first Holloway fight back in 2023, but he was 25 then. Recovery was quicker. Now a torn ACL at 38 could mean another year long layoff. Sorry, Connor. And even if he returns, will he ever be the same? Dana White admits 5 years off in the sport is rough. McGregor's legacy is already secured. He was the first fighter in UFC history to hold two titles simultaneously. He made over $100 million for a fight with Floyd Mayweather. He changed the sport forever. But his comeback, it's supposed to be the redemption arc. Instead, it was in 69 seconds of heartbreak. And while McGregor was processing the devastation, his enemies were dancing on his grave. Right, Conor McGregor's return was supposed to be the greatest comeback in sports history. Instead, it ended in a 69 seconds with a blown knee, a TKO loss, and a fighter who can only describe his reality as how. And while he's down and out, his enemy took shots. Jake Paul marked him, and we all know what happened. MGK called him an ugly drunk extra, whatever. Islam insulted him. At the end of the day, will he come back? We never know. The mystique is gone, his aura has faded away, and the comeback that was supposed to save his career has just ended. Do you think Conor McGregor can come back, or do you think he should retire? I believe he deserves one more chance.